And before I start, I would like to thank my Temple of Transformation partner here, Almilas, and In5 Dubai, for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you lovely people on the topic of how to become a successful producer in feature films. I hope I'm audible to all of you. I request you all to put up your comments on the chat box. I request you all to don't unmute yourself unless and until I ask. I request all of you to kindly note down things that I'll tell you in your notepads, in your iPads, in your notebooks, and whatever things you use to jot down things. I'll be sharing some of the PPTs with you of the subject. Secondly, as I live in like a hilly area, so there is a network issue around here all the time. So if I get dizzy, that means disconnected, please apologize. I'll reconnect you back. And our session is like 2 hours, 2.5 hour session. In that, I'll be taking your Q&As in the last segment. First, let us focus on the topic. And in between, I would like to introduce myself in between, like let us not go into that segment where I just tell my 20 years experience as a producer director here in films. But let's focus on the topic. Yeah. So I'll be sharing you the PPT, and I request you all to, if you don't see the PPT, just give me 2-3 minutes. I'll share it. And if you don't see, then please ping or just unmute yourself and then tell me. Just give me a minute, please. I hope every one of you can see the PPT. You can reply in the chat box. Then I start. Fantastic. Okay. Now this subject is brought to you by my production house, that is Deep Sea Movies. And we'll be sharing the Bollywood perspective and the world perspective as in production management and how to become a successful producer. So let us talk about the first topic, that is investment handling. So this is a very important topic for a producer, because the producer has to pitch in investment from financiers, investors, or if he himself is investing in the film, then he has to invest in the right budget or on the right content or on the right director. So when we are setting up a budget right, what we do is, as producers, we first take a good concept, or we first select a good concept, that is story which is highlighted, means in the financial terms it is like a hot cake selling story. Okay, and what is a hot cake selling story? Is the story which is connected to the mankind, which is connected to the human, and there has to be immense human angle in that story. So what we do when we lock this kind of subject, we go through a process that a layman will call this as a shortlisting process from around hundreds and hundreds of scripts. Okay, now I am telling you from a director's producer's perspective, because I am a producer and director myself. Okay, I will tell you another perspective, that is from a producer's point of view. First, let us judge from a director producer point of view. Okay, then what I do, I shortlist the project. Okay, and when I shortlist the project, I see myself, I set myself as an audience first, then as a businessman second. Okay, so if I am kind of, if I'm willing to go and watch this film, why should I spend 100 to 200 dirhams to watch this film? I should understand and I should connect to the right script first. Okay, then it's kind of, we call it as a pre-production procedure. Okay, where my associate directors or my assistant directors or my chief assistant director, okay, they shortlist things, my creative director. Okay, then we kind of hire the executive producer. Okay, in our company, we have Mr. Dinesh Pujari, who is an executive producer working with us for the past 18 years. Okay, in short films that we do or in feature productions that we do, we have done almost 5 feature productions till now. Okay, I'll be telling about my production and what I have done in the later half. Okay, so an executive producer plays an important hand or a part in setting up the right budget. Okay, because if a producer is also a director, then he has to keep his legs on, keep his hands or legs on both the boats, we can say. He's selling, but on the both boats, the 2 boats, we can say. Okay, so sometimes he's a producer, but he's a sleeping one. The executive producer is doing all the things, from hiring vendors to let's say to the selling of the film or to the distribution or whatever it is. Okay, and the director, if he's a producer, then he'll be concentrating on the direction part. Okay, now if we say it's a $3 million or $5 million film, then where exactly we have to spend the budget? Okay, now we have to understand that if our budget is kind of going to the actor, okay, and the actor is uh, taking up the chunk of the part, means the half of the part of the budget, okay, then we can say it's a high budget film, okay. Now I'll be dividing the films into three parts in the second half, okay. But let us talk about the high budget film in the first part, okay. Now when the actor takes all of the part, means he's a market actor, understand, excuse me. And when we bank on a market actor, he himself, of course with the content of the film, can sell the film in the market, okay. Like as in the Bollywood we say, if we are doing a $5 million film, then it's John Abraham or Varun Dhawan or Siddharth Malhotra or Ranbir Kapoor or Ranveer Singh, we can say. So these are gainers. These are faces that people want to see. Okay. And when the people want to see these kind of actors, we as directors and producers, we as producers and directors, sorry, have to hire them. Okay. So half of the budget will be going to them. Okay. Now, what these actors will do, understand what I'm trying to say here. What these actors will do, if the actors like the content, they compromise on the budget. Okay, means their remuneration, their salary. Okay, but what they'll say, sir, we like the project. What we'll do is we'll take only 1 million as fees, and you can take us partners. Okay, you can take us partners in the film. Okay, so when we say partners, it it uh, uh, it can come as co-producers. They can come as co-producers, okay, or an associate producer, okay. So it is important for us. It is important for us to understand how we are handling our funds, okay. Now this is just a professional example I gave of handling of funds, means this is and we can say a very okay. I hope I am audible to you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so sorry. As I told you, I face these kind of problems all the time because of my lovely home. Okay. So it is important for us to stay logged in, because we are discussing a very important topic. Okay. So I apologize deeply from my heart. Uh, I was telling you that executive producer plays a very important part in setting up your budget. That is, now what I'm talking about setting up a budget, what that means is, first I'm signing up the right actor, right? Then I am signing up the right team. Okay, that team will be working with me from pre to post production. Okay, now this team and the fund flow that is handled by the executive producer will be, of course, told or be presented to the director, okay, all the time, to the producer also, okay. Sometimes the producer himself can be an executive producer, means when we are pitching a project to Netflix, we can say, or to Amazon as producers, then Amazon, when they sanction our project, there will be presenters, Amazon originals or Netflix originals. In that scenario, they will become the producers because they are investing. Okay, they have their guidelines, and we as producers will be executive producers or creative producers. Okay, now in this scenario, the fund flow is handled by the Netflix or Amazon like companies, the OTTs. Okay, but we are talking about feature films that are made in Bollywood. Okay, now this is my perspective or a Bollywood perspective of looking at the investment that are handled, because here in Bollywood we sometimes we work in a very professional manner. That is, we take to canvas a project like 6 months, 8 months. Sometimes we canvas it in 3 months. Okay, that depends on the climate and the availability and everything. Okay, since we are in COVID times, it is our responsibility to obey the guidelines what is given to us by our association, that is the producer association, IMPPA. Okay, and in COVID times, it is our responsibility as students also or professionals also, that if we are understanding a new topic, okay, or if we are attending a new topic, then there is a new dimension, there is a new perspective. Okay, that is psychology I'm talking about, that is not production. Okay, so with my 16 years of experience in teaching in this field, that is media, I have taught to Singapore students and UAE students and Ukraine students. What I found in those talents, that they are very open to understand new things. Okay, so in between, I always thank my partner Almilas to giving us this opportunity to each and every one of students to understand all these things. Okay. Yeah. So let us come to our topic. That is yeah. Now in that 5 million, if I am a producer, then we'll take the next scenario. If I am a producer, then as I told you,